The 2-year-old you are about to see is alive and safe.
It's all because of CPR. This jarring video captures the heroic acts of a police officer and others rushing to help the 2-year-old who fell into a retention pond and was not breathing. Video shows the team effort to save her.
That little girl is alive today because strangers knew what to do.
News 4 Jax anchor Jennifer Watt takes us through a day that started normally, then turned into anything but.
James Sizemore was out in this Southside neighborhood walking Zeus and Mateo when a woman came up to him and asked if he had seen her daughter and needed help. He and the little girl's mother immediately ran to the closest pond and spotted the 2-year-old face down.
She was floating about 6 inches under the water, and just a little bit of her shirt was floating on the top of the water.
This is the fire department. What's the address of your emergency?
Another neighbor called 911.
A neighbor, her kid was in the pond, and I don't think she's breathing.
The mother started giving compressions, and I started getting breaths.
Is the patient in or out of the water?
She's out of the water.
Out of the water. Is she breathing?
No, I don't think so. Still trying to do CPR.
Can you feel or hear her breathing?
They say she's not.
I just started praying to God that this wasn't her time.
All right, just make sure that they have her flat on her back.
Hey, get up here. Get her where it's flat. They say get her where she's flat.
Jacksonville Sheriff's Officer Chris Bruns is now there. He says his training just kicked in.
Yeah, get rescue in here now. I started doing CPR. She was soaking wet. Another neighbor ran up.
Dr. Patricia Baroza is in the yellow top. She happened to be pulling into her neighborhood when Officer Bruns was rushing in.
Immediately stepped in and I took over CPR.
Yeah, the officers have taken over the CPR. Ambulance just pulled up.
Let's go.
You can see Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Engineer Todd Kirschbaum and Lieutenant Jamie Dunlap rush the 2-year-old to the rescue unit.
She wasn't breathing. She still had a pulse, fortunately. So we hooked her up to all of our machines and all the things that we do back here. Everybody worked quickly.
Then the best thing happened. The 2-year-old started to cry.
A crying baby is a breathing baby and is an alive baby, so we are happy with that.
How did everyone react?
Oh my gosh, we were literally clapping and praising the baby for thank you, just, yay, and just cheering her on.
How did CPR make the difference, do you think?
The bystanders, JSO, everyone that was involved before we were able to get there played a role in saving this child's life.
These first responders thankful for the others' part in bringing the 2-year-old back and for the strangers who chose to act. How is it that you were here at the right time, that you were behind the officer, that you let him in, that you decided to follow, that you got here and you were able to help save this child?
Honestly, divine intervention.
Have you thought about the fact that you helped save a life? What's that like for you? How does that make you feel?
Honestly, in my theology, it wasn't her time to go.
2 hours and 40 minutes after James helped pull that little girl from this pond, she was responding and talking at the hospital. Just incredible. He wasn't even supposed to still be out. He had stopped to talk to some neighbors. He doesn't even live on that street. And Patty, she normally would have gone to the